How is it that these two gold coins with the same alloy composition can look so different? We'll answer that question in this video as we explore. What you see on your screen is really not the true difference between these two coins. The camera really doesn't capture the contrast that the human eye can see. But one looks like it's pure gold, and the other one looks like it is rose gold. Yes, in other words, probably between 80 and 90% gold. But nonetheless, they're the same coin, same composition, but there's something grossly different that has caused the hue to change between the two coins. Now, as somebody who's been looking at these specific coins for a while, you know that they can look different even within the coin. There will be a copper hue and an uneven pattern on even the same coin. In other words, some parts of the coin may appear to be bright yellow, while other parts of the coin might be more red. Now, this graded example here has a pretty consistent reddish hue to it, but it's very difficult to get the lighting to really show that. This is about the best I could do, and of course, without actually taking it out in natural light. But nonetheless, you can still see the difference. You can see that the coin on the right, the ungraded 1908 version, is really sort of a really bright yellow. Probably one of the brightest yellow St. Gaudens coins I've ever seen. And as I'm moving around in the light, you can see the luster kind of come out in this uncirculated coin with a lot of little mini bag marks on it. But nonetheless, this is indeed probably one of the yellowest kind of St. Gaudens coins that I've ever accumulated. I got it fairly recently, right at spot price. So there's that example. Now let's take a look at this graded example that I got for a good deal at my local coin shop. And you can see here as it has that copper hue to it. And as I move it around in the cartwheeling effect, you can see the copper kind of chase around the coin there. You can see the red kind of just radiate out there that you can see. It's pretty consistent on both sides, that coloring. And you can see that it does here. The red sort of chases around the coin there. It's interesting and fascinating. Now I'm going to tell you what's going on, but I wanted you to see that difference here. Now, I did also bring over a different light as well to kind of showcase this. And it really, really stands out a little bit more when you apply red light to it and then blue light to it. So let's do that right now. This is a red light. So that red light, you can see more of the colors. And then, yeah, there's the red. Very wild. You can see it more profoundly there. The difference in colors, introducing a red light to it. That's about the best I can do in an unnatural state without you seeing them with your naked eye. And so now we're going to transition to the blue light. There's blue, and with the blue light, you can see it there as well. Maybe not quite as profound as was the case with the red light, but nonetheless, interesting indeed. Fascinating to see the difference, how the colors stand out. So what's behind this? What's causing this? Well, it is a number of different things. And I tell you, if you want to get gold and pre-33 gold, well, check out the summitmetals.com. They're the channel sponsor. They have all kinds of different bullion over there in the gold variety. Some of the best prices on fractional gold eagles, by the way. So check out summitmetals.com. But what's happening here is the reddish hue in some of the gold coins from this era, and also previously with the coronet style head as well, where you could see some of that occurring. But it seems to be pretty profound and really stands out with this type of design. It's caused by the natural copper content in the gold alloy, which can concentrate at the surface and oxidize. And that leads to a reddish orange or rose gold kind of hue and colorization to it. Now, they are 90% gold and 10% copper and silver. And of course, the pre-33 gold, I'm not sure exactly what the makeup is between silver and copper, but nonetheless, it is obviously something that is consistent throughout for obvious reasons. Now, during the making of the planchets, the copper can sometimes form concentrated areas on the surface of the coin. And actually, we've seen some of that even with pure 24 karat gold coins. You will see a copper hue form in a concentrated manner that causes copper spots. And so that occurs more widely in some cases with copper blotches on some of these St. Gaudens coins. Some people find that appealing, by the way. I don't. It's sort of like milk spots, but with copper with some of these coins. This has a nice reddish hue that is consistent throughout, which I think is part of the appeal of the coin. Now, these copper-rich areas are more reactive to the atmosphere than the gold itself, causing them to oxidize and develop a deeper red or reddish-orange color. And the resulting color can range from pale orange to vivid red, depending on the size and concentration of the copper areas, how it makes itself visible in striking and in the annealing process. Now, some veteran numismatists appreciate that such features impart to an old coin and imply that the coin still has its original skin, which is a term that's widely used within the coin business to describe pieces that have not been improperly cleaned and are thus natural in appearance. So that's one way you know if it's not been cleaned or not, is the appearance of those copper areas. So that's actually kind of a good sign. But this is probably the best example that I can show you of the difference between a nice bright yellow version, which still has some oxidation that's going on, just in a different way to pop out that yellow in contrast with the red, and then the copper colored 1910 S St. Gaudens coin here that's graded. So fascinating indeed. So that is what causes the difference in colorization there. And again, you can see the difference here, but it's not nearly as profound as it is to the naked eye. As I look to these with a naked eye, it's really more profound here. And I'm going to actually brighten this up a little bit so maybe you can see it better, increase the light intensity so you can maybe see it a little bit more. And then I'm going to scale it back a little bit as well to see if it's more visible there. That's almost too much, but you can see the difference there, I think, when we pull it back. And I'm going to turn each of these so that you can see it a little bit more profound there and here. Just amazing how that occurs. So it really is, it boils down to one word, in a sense, oxidation, and bringing out that copper to the surface in these coins. So part of the beauty of what makes gold coins what they are and toughens them up, as we see in this case. But what I like to do on this channel is give you the latest news and analysis in the world of precious metals, but also like to talk about coins. I do love coins, coin collecting, what makes coins so special. One thing I want to do is show certain sets of coins that are put together. So if you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comment section below. Do you enjoy videos like this that I do from time to time? They tend to get less views, but I'm more than willing to do videos like this as well to kind of broaden the horizon and have a little bit more variety on the channel as well. But just a fascinating thing indeed. Let's actually turn these over as well to the other side to see the copper hue on this side. There that is. And then let's look at this coin. See how much more yellow that is? This is probably my most yellow St. Gaudens coin that I have in this recent acquisition. Just amazing. There it is. Wild. And again, I can't tell you how a difference it is in person compared to looking at it on the screen here. I really wish I could more accurately show this, but it is pretty blatant. And you can see here as I turn it, those red areas just kind of pop out there. But the St. Gaudens gold coin is a beautiful coin. I'm glad to add this. I've been sort of stacking these as of late. Both these coins accumulated for this one for around bullion price for a MS64 graded 1910S for the price you would spend for an American Eagle or maybe even just a regular, Britannia or something like that. This coin here I bought for literally spot price. I think $29.50 is what I paid for it at the time. And at the time I got it, that was right at spot price. So very pleased to have these. I am a sucker for the Saints. No question about that. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.